Hi everyone, Curtis here from Goth Rider Creations, and today we start work on the neck. So, here we have it. We've had it sat for quite a while now, so it is bone dry. I even brought it into the house and had it kind of placed in the living room for a while to make sure it was up to temperature. It is a bit cold in here today, but it should be okay. So, this is the basis. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the straightest section of this, start getting rid of the bark, and then we'll know what we have to work with and we can start measuring out the basics. So yep, nice and easy, we have this here. Now it does have a slight curve at this end, but depending on how much it takes to actually flatten the top, it might be that that will help me, because I've got to add a chunk underneath for the heel. So, and I don't think it's going to be a massively substantial heel. I don't think it's going to be as substantial as some banjos, but I am limited by the depth of the oil can, so we'll see where we go. I think looking at it, this section here is probably going to be the top because of the natural curve underneath here, and it is kind of at its widest point. All I've done is literally used fret calc again, with it being a 21-inch scale length complete, and with it being a 19 fret, I've been able to use the calculator to work out the maximum length of the fretboard as 355 millimeters, so just over a foot if you're watching in black and white. So yeah, what we've done is literally, more often than not, the fretboard will overhang the banjo or whatever else. I don't know if I'm going to be wanting to do that on this oil can. We'll see if we go where we go. If the bridge is going to be right in the middle or very close to the fretboard, it might just look awful and it might be a waste of time, so I might end up moving the fretboard onto the body itself. But again, I'm trying not to have anything touching the body so I get the resonance. So still kind of undecided, but I worked out the basic dimensions by, if the end of the neck is the end of the fretboard, then we've got 355, which is here, and then I use my trusty offcut from the Impossible. Now obviously the headstock isn't going to be anywhere near this big because it's only a 4-string, but that gives us our maximum, and we've still got a good 3 inches to play with in the end, so this will give us more than enough options either way. If it turns out that this droop is too much, then I can take the 3 inches off of there. If it turns out there's something manky on this end, it just gives me the options. So what I'm going to do now, and if anyone's made a wand for their kid or anything like that, whittling. So we're going to spend a little while here getting this cleaned up, and we'll see what we have to work with. So there we have it, all sorted. Now I'm actually pleasantly surprised. There is really no major issues here. We've got an old knot there, we've got a semi-new knot at this end, and we've got some evidence of some fungal infection but it all seems to be on the surface. I can't see anything that's burrowed down. There's a couple of very, very tiny bug inclusions, but they barely go down a millimetre, so this is actually looking really good and solid. So what I'm going to do is start cleaning it off with a bit of sandpaper. I want to try and leave the back as clean, well, as is as possible, purely because there is a bit of figuring. There are a few of the spalting, I believe everyone calls it. I just call it wood infection, but you know. I'm gonna start cleaning everything off just so I've got all the stragglers off, and then I'm gonna start whittling the top so I've got it roughly flat, so then I can see what I'm working with, and then after that I can look at trying to get it properly flattened. So let's take this down a little bit and see where we lie. So, another day, and sorry if I missed some of the footage from that one. The main camera died on me and I had to, yeah, I've got to learn to start charging batteries and or plugging stuff in, but hey ho. So yeah, you would have seen that I whittled down as much as I could, then got bored, and then I dug out the trusty belt sander and then just wedged it on there. I don't know how much footage I got, but we now have a flat section straight away there. Now all I've got to do is keep going until I've got the base measurements I need. Now I haven't gone all out yet, but from what I found out from a lovely young man on the Crimson Guitars live chat, I will find your name and I will put it on the screen there. Thank you very much. He actually he studies at a, I believe it's a Lutheran school in Ireland, and he literally got out one of the 4-string Irish banjos for me and gave me the measurements I needed for the neck, because I couldn't find a lot of details online, so thank you very much. So I need 32mm at the nut. Now I will work out what that equates to at the other end, but I haven't done the drawings yet because I'm unprepared. So what I'm going to do is carry on taking this down a bit further. Now I could carry on using the belt sander, but it kicks a lot of dust around and I can't be bothered. So instead I'm going to use my present. I don't think it's been announced on the GGBO website or anything, but I got an email just before Christmas from lovely Dale, and she told me that I'd won a spot prize for having, and you'll love this, the cutest cat in the GGBO. which I'll take that, you know. No one cares about the guitar. I'll take the fact I've got a cute cat. That's fine. So, and yes, I got a voucher for the vintage tool shop. So I rummaged through and I found a very nice, I believe it's a number 4. I have no clue. It's Acorn. It was pretty much the cheapest proper metal sold hand plane they had. And I would like to say a massive thank you to whoever it was at Crimson who sent this, because yeah, they special delivered it out to me so I could get it before Christmas, which is really sweet. And it even looks, I don't know if you'll see there, it even looks like someone sharpened it, which is really nice. So thank you very much. So I am going to go old school and take this down. I've still got lots of meat to go. As long as I've got about an inch thickness, I'm happy, and then I can work out what thickness goes from there. I don't think I need it too thick, but right now we've got, whoa, 40 mil. 37 mil at the shallowest end, so I can take easily 10-15 mil off of this thing before we start causing any problems. So I'm going to get it down to a point. I've marked on the edge here where I want my nut line to be. To be honest, there's some really nice, interesting, there's a knot and some nice interesting figuring there, so I might even make that the headstock, not sure. But I'm going to take this down so I've got the width I need and closer to the thickness I need, and then we're somewhere. Right, so, I'm a little bit out of shape. And again, you all know that. So, that is really nice. It's come out beautifully. It's almost a shame to put a fretboard on this thing, because it looks beautiful. So, as you can see, I've marked out my best guess at string spacing. We have exactly 32 mil at the top, and I've kind of split that out, best guess from that, and just kind of extrapolating out. It'll probably be a few mil out either way. It really doesn't matter until I know the bridge, which I'm going to be doing some research online, finding out generally what sizes banjo bridges are, what the string spacing is, and then from there I can extrapolate out what the neck roughly should be. It's not designed to be an exact spot on, it's a junkyard banjo, so if it's a couple mil out here or there, as long as it's playable, I really couldn't care. So that is now beautiful. It's not perfectly straight, I've still got a bit of scuffing at either end I need to get rid of, but this is good enough for now, so at least I know it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is cut a chunk out of this so I've got it flat, and then I'm going to glue on a piece of timber, probably a couple of pieces of timber, just to get the depth that I need, and then we'll leave that for this episode, give it time to dry. So let's do that now. And there we have it. Now, it's probably a little bit shallow. I probably could have gone a bit further in, but I'm working on the basis of violins in that you don't need a massive amount. All you need is a good inch or so to glue the studding in. Everything else is done by the tension of the stud and the nuts and bolts, so I'm hoping that'll do. It's not a match in the slightest for this wood. It's actually, I think it's just stock pine, but I don't have much else that's perfectly flat and good, so yeah. So there we have it, cut. It might not be a perfectly flush fit, but again, Junkyard Banjo, so we're not going for Ben Crow immaculate joins. We're just getting it together. So that'll do for that. And top UK tip, if you can't get hold of decent glue, I know Ben likes to use what's it called, Alkaline Professional, I believe, South African one. This is called Vital Bond, and it's made by Type Bond, so we can actually get Type Bond in the UK now. It's a much smaller bottle, and yeah, it's about the same price as if you were importing it from America, but apparently you can get this stuff locally, so yeah, very happy with that. We'll see how that does. So I think that'll do it for this episode. I'm going to leave that overnight to cure up and get sorted. In the next episode we are going to sort out the top for this, possibly see if we can drill in the studding for the heel end, and then that's the worst of the major fabrication other than sorting out this headstock. So yeah, hopefully this won't take too long. And that's coming from me. Right, so there we go. Thank you very much for joining me as always. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know what you think. And once again, thank you very much, GGBO, Crimson, Dale, everyone involved. Yeah, it was nice to get a little bit of recognition. That was really sweet. So thank you for that. And yeah, I think that'll do it. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next time.